So today we're going to talk about some unit placement tactics. All right, guys. So if you love what we're doing here on Stream Raiders, please consider getting one of our skins and repping for the TeamVASH community. It really helps us to keep on producing content and doing what we're doing here. So thank you so much. All right, let's get right into it. So we're going to scroll in right here. This is where I ended up placing my unit. Now, the reason that I did that is because I wanted to place my unit 3 off the front line and 3 off of this wall here. The reason I did that is because I'm a Warpath Berserker, and as a Warpath Berserker, I have an increased radius on my Warcry, so I'm able to buff everybody within 4 tiles of me. So I decided to go 3 away from the front and 3 away from the side with kind of a 1 soft barrier. Now the reason I chose this as opposed to other spots on the map is very simple. Now if you look at this map very carefully, on the right side, you'll notice there is some indentation. It's like anywhere that there is walls that can catch you, you kind of want to avoid those areas. So really bad ones would be the one on the right. You know, there's a part there where your guys can get stuck inside just a little well of walls, and there's 2 catch areas there. On the left side, there's a whole loop that the Death Knight is standing inside of, and that one can be really problematic as well. For the enemies, them coming towards us, you'll see there is a loop, just like a horrible little catch where all the units are going to kind of go and get stuck, and then they're going to try to get out, and it's going to cause them to slow down dramatically. So what we did is we picked this spot because on the entire map, the middle is just a mess of walls, and we're going to get caught up in there, and we're going to get stuck, and it's going to be problematic. We can go on the far right, and it's okay. There's only the small wall that'll catch you in the one spot, but then you're going to have to kind of cross across the middle, and that's going to be problematic again. So the reason that we chose the middle is because this is the biggest open area on the map. There are the fewest places that can actually catch you. This part right here that could catch you is, it's not too bad, right? It'll kind of prevent you from going to the right a little bit, but the left they can slip around. This part here could possibly catch us right there, but it's going to catch us whether we're going on this side or this side, and this part has more jumble inside of it. So we're going to go on this side here. Our goal is to basically pressure up and kill all of these guys and kill all these guys. They're all going to flood in towards us right here and right here. So most of the battle is going to happen right around the middle. By then, most of the units on the right side will have crushed down into these little areas, and when our units try to come up, they're going to be filtering through the holes, and hopefully we will have a tactical advantage of our guys being able to wrap around them. Because they're going to be fighting on our side of the map. We're going to end up having, anybody on the bottom side is going to be fighting here and then pushing towards the middle, and then we'll lose the fewest amount of units possible to getting caught up on walls. They're the ones that are going to get caught up on most of these walls. It's going to, fragment their forces, make it hard for their forces to actually attack together. All right, check out this super war. The more you are clumped up together, fighting together, the more concentrated your attacks are, the more damage you're going to output over a shorter period of time, killing most of the enemy forces. So this is the best opportunity to get that cluster of your units fighting together to get the early advantage. Once you have the early advantage, you take out most of their big units, these 5 big units right here, this one here. On the right side of the map, you only really have 4 threats, and this guy will probably break away to the left just because it's going to be closer to allies, or closer to the targets, and he's leaning to this side anyway. So That's why I placed the unit here. This is the biggest advantage both positionally for the character that I'm taking, and also for the terrain that we want to end up pushing into to get into a fight, and also to basically avoid all the cluster of garbage terrain that's going to fragment our forces and get us caught. I also really like this little area here. I think this area is going to get the enemies caught up in here, and that's going to give us an even bigger advantage early on to take control of the battlefield while they're messing around in here. Our units are going to be, clustering up here and killing most of the guys that get through. So it's like fighting a bunch of guys versus one at a time. As they filter in, one by one, we're going to be killing them like crazy, and then they'll leak out of the well, and we'll be able to just basically, gang up on them and just beat them down really hard, while our archers shoot over the wall and just, pummel their forces with damage. All right, check out this super war. And then the bulk of their small forces at that point will have filtered down through all the small gaps, and will again be able to pick them off one by one. So that is the strategy behind the placement. All right, check out this super war. Oh wow, stopped. Completely avoiding all of the hang-ups. It's pretty dope.